Try to tell them we up next, you can't stop that. This your favorite podcast. Every show is lit, baby. You know what we finna do. Slick gon' talk that slick talk, he gon' get political. Do not switch topics, niggas is toxic. Poppy shots don't always saying something wrong, but if you don't like it, what we saying, nigga, oh well. We try to tell you, baby, this might not go well. This might not go. Hey, that's it. One take. We're not even doing it again. Keep that. That's the one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of This Might Not Go Well. Yeah. Episode 110. We in the building. You already know who it is. It's the host with the most, B Beasley, aka Poppy Sazon.
Yes. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Slick Grayson. How y'all doing out there?
You already know how this goes. Please follow us on all social media. This might not go well. If you're in the branded deals, business opportunity, please email us at thismightnotgowell@gmail.com. And if you are listening to this on Apple or Spotify, please follow, please like 5 stars and leave us a review because that helps with the algorithm. All right, episode 110. Let's get straight to it. Weekly check-ins. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Recently had a opportunity to interview for an apprenticeship professionally. Just gonna put it out there. I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not, but I definitely put my best foot forward. Put me in a spot that's not necessarily comfortable for me, but it's a big opportunity if it was to go through. So something I probably, I normally just wait till the last minute and take shots. So if this goes through, it'll be a good professional move. But if not, I'm just starting to think about what's next, what's the big moves, and how you continue to grow. Emotionally, socially, I'm all right. I'm cool. Like I said, everything good. Just, settling into 30, settling into I still feel like my chakras is rising. But, it's a lot of good energy on this side. A lot of, realization. It's all gravy. How you feeling?
Yeah, man, I'm feeling good, man. Speak it to existence, bro. I feel like words is powerful. So say you gonna get that shit. You feel me? But me on one hand, it's been really pretty good. You feel me? Like the weather is feeling better. Outside is is more light outside later. So, I'm here for the shenanigans. You feel me? I'm here for the vibes. I just grateful to be alive, man. I feel like sometimes we just got to appreciate that. Every time you wake up, bro, even though you had a problem the other day, the past couple of weeks, as long as you are able to open your eyes, the next day you have the ability to change your mood, you have the ability to change your situation. You have to be able to repair relationships or even make new relationships.
That's a big fact. Let's get you being positive. Normally, that's me. Well, all right.
Come on now. Let's get to the fuckery. All you girls pull your panties down and see who coochie is the best.
I don't think just because
that was a TikTok sign. The blue face in the Bad Girls Club. I gotta be toxic. It's just the duality of this podcast. And speaking of the duality, see how I'm about to transition into the first topic, though. You see this, though. Like I said, this podcast is about the righteousness and ratchetness. You feel me? So we like to do a little balance of that. Before we get into the balance of that, I just want to say, Ramadan to all my good folks out there, fasting and observing. You feel me? I know that's hard. Inshallah. I know a little bit,
Yes. Peace to everybody that is observing Ramadan. Just, taking this time to show that discipline to your religion, fasting, just getting in touch with your spirituality. We definitely send y'all love and light. Sometimes I pick a couple of days to try it. I've never done the full 30. It's something on my to-do list just as a measure of managing discipline. So shout out to anybody that, is observing or in Ramadan as part of the religious faith or just, supporting a friend and observing with them. So big love to y'all. Big peace.
And that's a fact. And shout out to people who are almost at the end of Lent. We never talked about Lent, but shout out to people who gave up something for Lent. Lent is on, Easter's around the corner. Shout out to you guys too. We're not a religious podcast, but we do respect people's religion.
Did you give anything up?
Now.
You gave anything up? No, you said nah.
I don't think I did, bro.
I did.
You know what? I gave up being negative.
That's
what I gave up.
If you had to pull it out of your ass, I don't know if you necessarily did that with intention.
Yeah, I didn't give up shit.
I did.
Still doing bad.
I definitely
What
did.
you gave up?
I gave up jerking off.
I feel sorry for you, bro.
Why?
Nah, I respect that though. I ain't gonna lie. I think as I'm getting older, I'm trying to stop watching porn as much because, like, yo, bro, like, I don't even need porn no more because how Twitter is set up. This is not even on the docket, but like, yo, bro, I don't know if I'm getting old, bro, but like, yo, I'm on Twitter now and just on social media. I'm just like, yo, this is way too much ass. Like, I almost had to I almost had to like catch myself. I'm like, yo, do I have to pause myself? Because I'm like, yo, bro, I felt like, god damn, I'm having way too much access to these, like, all the videos on my Explore. Not all of them, but like videos on my Explore page is just girls shaking ass, this, that. And I go on Twitter. Yeah, I can't even search stuff on Twitter because I'll be trying to find topics and find video clips so I could do the meme stuff. I put in a search stuff. Yo, that Diplo, I had to erase my whole Twitter, type it in Diplo because so wild shit popped up. I was like, yo, what the fuck? But I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I think I might be on that type of time, and like, you know, because it's not even
not even good.
Being off back in the days had a meaning to it. You know, it don't really feel special
because we weren't overly sexual. Like, sex was everywhere, but it wasn't everywhere. Like, you had to work to see a titty.
Thanks.
Nah,
like niggas really used to get a picture of a girl thigh and was going ham off of that shit. You feel me? Now, just a sexy little booty shot picture ain't doing much no more. Like, go on Twitter and see a girl busting it open for OnlyFans and shit, bro.
I won't go that far. I won't say, like, you get a personalized flick, like something that's for you. That's definitely gonna hit. But you are, like, in terms of like just general nudity, it definitely is like so much.
Does it hit because you actually find that person attractive, or is it the act of the photo? You get what I mean? Like, I think it's more so you think it hits because of the person that is doing it.
The act of exclusivity is definitely sexy. I think anybody would say that they would prefer to have something exclusive to them as opposed to like something on, because I think, you know, we're visual. So if a bad bitch is naked, you're gonna be like, oh shit, that's fucking fire. But at the same point, it's like, if your girl sent you the same shit, you know that's yours, or shit you really magging with something, you're like, oh, this is alright, hold on. You know, they got the little TikTok shit now. You can press info to see when the shit came in. So you be like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. I mean, when you took this picture 17 days ago, shorty, I'm just getting this. Hold up. So.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. Don't ladies, don't say no nigga. If you talk to a nigga, you sending him pictures, do not post that shit online. Like, yo,
yeah, no,
why am I getting a mirror picture that you just gonna post
a
few hours later?
Yeah, no, that's not it. That's not kosher. Because it's like, I guess you thought she was looking good. Pick one of the other 7 that you saved, put one of them up. But the one that's mine, leave mine alone. Because it's like, yo, what we doing?
Man.
But yeah, no, I definitely gave up jerking off. I'm not saying I was like a fucking beat demon, but
like holding money.
Not even, bro. But I just felt like, you know, something just getting more in touch with you. So I'll be seeing the little, you know, TikTok, like, oh, semen retention working. I was like, oh shit, let's see what this shit is about. I think out of my days, I only slipped up once, and it's because I was in the crib by myself for like a good 8 hours. I was like, oh, fuck out of here. At a point,
see what happens when niggas is alone.
Yeah, once you got the crib to yourself, I looked at the door like, all right, bro, you gonna go your way, I'm gonna go mine. I'm gonna see you later. And I looked and the sun was going down. I was like, oh shit, I am a deviant.
Now, talk about the semen retention. I don't think we ever talked about that Joey Badass clip where he talked about where he's in a stage of semen retention. Like, even if he has sex, he don't nut.
Oh, that's some dumb shit. What am I doing? That's like getting like getting some water and not drinking it.
So you don't think you can ever reach that level of just holding it in and then just fucking it, just
I mean,
stop
have I
like I'm good?
Intentionally, I've never thought about it. Have I been in some coochie a few times? And it's like, all right, this not hitting. I'm gonna just, you know, spit on her back or some shit. Like, yeah, I've done that. But intentionally, it's never been intentionally done. I guess in a way, but I feel like girls feel a way if you don't nut. If we being honest, if I was to not, like, if I don't finish, like, come on, because it's like this might not go. I was like, yo, what's wrong with you if I can't finish?
Facts, and then they gonna look through the condom like,
oh no,
I don't see nothing in there.
Condoms, raggy.
Oh shit, you raw.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Safe sex is great sex. Better you wear latex because you don't want the latex. Yeah.
Fuck all that shit. Raw now, coochie.
So you wake up with the bumpy Johnson. Yeah, nah, fuck that. I'm good. Let's strap it up.
Damn, yeah, that's true though. Strap it up out there, yo. Especially you passport niggas. Wrap it up. Got niggas going to these other countries, raw dog and shit out there and coming back and passing that shit around, niggas. Nasty ass niggas. But before we get to the topics and everything, We already started having a transparency moment. We don't stick to none of the shit on the docket at all.
I mean, I don't
But
care.
I would. Huh?
I don't be caring about half of it, so that's why I don't mind these conversations.
So to speak on balance and righteous madness, I wanted to have a transparency moment about just friendship. I saw something on New Orleans Mall, and they was talking about just the status of the friendship, and then just started going. So, what's your thoughts on friendship in today's world?
I think there's layers to it. I think there's like you got real friendship, and then you got like friendship for motive, not motive, but I guess that's like the word that comes to mind right now. Like you got your real day one friends who's like you're not missing life events or like it's understanding. It's like even if we don't talk for X amount of time, we could pick up right where we left off, and you know it's all good, it's all gravy. Like you know I still love you, bro, still love you, sis. Just you know life happens, and it doesn't make our relationship any less solid. I think there's like friends of convenience and motive where it's like okay, cool, like you're here, like you're in my space, so it's like we're great, we're good. And you can turn those into really strong friends because you're gonna be in the trenches, whether it's at people you work with, people you see consistently in like your spaces, like the gym, or if you're creative, doing creative shit, or like hiking groups, or anything that like your hobbies are. You're gonna find a community. You're gonna build community you can have real conversations with. But I think also sometimes people just kind of latch on like, oh, this is what this person gonna be. I'm gonna be there too, you know, type shit. It's like there's not really much genuine to it outside of whatever you're trying to get. Like, do you want people to be able to do your hobby with? Do you want you know, are these people that you want to actually spend time with, share real shit about yourself with, versus like, you know, all right, cool, you just here, so fuck it, let's hang out, let's have a good time. Are they outlet friends, like you just want to go out and have fun with them type shit to get away from your problems? Like, it's layers to it. But in terms of like genuine friendship, that shit is essential. You need that. You need your village. You need your community. You need the people. That's a fact. You need the people that you can go to. And even it's like you can go through something. I think like as men, you know, we don't really open up, but it's like even as our friendship, it's something that's special because it's like we can have real conversations about, like, I think you probably one of the people that know everything that go in my life. I know everything going on in yours, and it's like it's just nice to have that space and that time because we allocate it because we do this, so it makes us have to talk and keep in line. But it's like it's a beautiful thing when you can do that. Or on the flip side, we have friends. I know you have friends. I have friends who, you know, we've been friends with since we was in fucking elementary school, middle school type shit. And it's also like, yo, we stay as up to date as we can. We make sure our check-ins to see each other, you know, monthly or whatever, or just in the text message chat. But it's like there will be weeks where we don't really connect, or there will be, as you know, we're checking in about sports and little shit. Like, you know, niggas, we do fantasy draft, we do Call of Duty, we do, you know, it's little shit like that. Not little, I won't diminish it as little, but it's like, it's those moments to spend time doing those activities where we're able to really, you know, all right, oh, what's good, bro? By the way, how's so-and-so? How's this, that? How's blah, blah, blah? It's like, it allows that check-in, but then, you know, you take those moments to really check in outside of that. I think that's what is important to the friendship. But you know how as if I don't talk to you for months, you a real one, we real, like real friends, love don't change.
It's still love. Yeah, it's still love. Like, unless something happened that made me not talk to you, it's still all love from the get-go. Now, popular to popular belief, you know, a lot of people from the outside will see me be like, oh, Brian, you know everybody, Brian. No. Side note, I don't be knowing half of these niggas that be knowing me, and that's not even a flex. It's not even a flex at all, because Law see in my face sometimes at events, I be like, who's that person? They know me, I don't know them. But I have a real super tight, close-knit friends. Like, Law is probably one of the 4 friends that I keep in touch with on a regular. Other people would just be an acquaintance, or other people would just be, you know, somebody I know on the fly from other associations that I'm in. I take friendship very important because it's a transparency moment. You be having that. I'm not really open as a person. You know, from the outside looking in, you might think, oh, Brian's open, Brian, but ask anybody if they really know anything about Brian. They won't really tell you anything. Oh, Brian just had fun and stuff like that. But do you really know Brian? Do you know what Brian's hobby? Do you know what Brian do? No, probably don't know him unless you really get to talk to me. I don't know why I'm talking in third person. That shit sound weird as shit.
Fucking narcissist.
Yeah. But I take friendship very important, and I realized as I got older that there's a certain. You ever seen like with certain group of friends, when you get around them, you only talk about like high school, like you get around old high school friends. You only talk about high school. You don't talk about anything else. You talk about old past memories.
Yeah, I've seen that at times, depending on who you with.
Or college. Even with college friends that we have now, like, oh yeah, remember back in Aubs? but you don't have nothing else to talk about afterwards.
Shit. I never thought about it like that.
And that's why I had to, like, even in lucky for us with this friendship, this podcast has helped us elevate our friendship, and we actually have to talk. We have to communicate. We actually, like, I have to know what goes on in your life. You have to know what goes on in my life, because this is a chemistry stuff. Like, if you offer your energy, I have to know, because it's kind of like we do something with each other. So now with the other three friendship, now with me noticing that, I want to build more connections with them. Like, yo, let's hang out. Let's do some more stuff. Like, I have one friend that I travel with to other countries with. Then I go hang out with other friends to build some more new memories, so we don't talk about the same thing. We don't keep ourselves stagnant. And I feel like a lot of times, you know, you have to accept your friend group. Like, I just realized, like, a lot of my friends grown in different ways from when we were in childhood. And friendship is near and dear, and friendship is key. Like you said, we need a village. I think it's important to have a great circle around you. And, you know, I think it's key.
You just admitted to being passport bro?
No passport bros out here. I just have one friend that I travel with that, you feel me, we do a lot of stuff and we build that. That's a friend that I've been knowing since the 6th grade. So, but speaking of that friendship, at one point it was sort of just a reconnect of just old memories, because adult life has kind of at one point was he was focused on his job and I was focused on my stuff. We wasn't really hanging out that much until we started traveling together, and then we started to have new memories to talk about, and we had new stuff to do. You feel me? Even with us, Slick, if we want to be transparent, at one point after college, you was busy with a lot of stuff, and we took like what, once a month or twice a month? No, twice, like once every 2 months we would talk, and we would talk for like hours to catch up. Mm-hmm. And then that's how we kind of got this idea of the podcast stuff. But there was a time where we don't talk as consistently now. Nigga, I talk to you like almost every single day now compared to previously.
And niggas know I don't like talking to people. I could love you dearly, so, I would hate talking to you.
So this was that. So it's just like, you know, you got to understand, you got to keep nurturing your friendship. And you also have to grow with your friendship. And your friends got to be able to grow too. It doesn't mean you have to grow on the same path, but it should always be progress. And I think that's something that as you get older, especially when we in our 30s, it's not about progress. Progress is amazing. Like, you used to be scared of progress as, like, you know, back you were scared to grow old, but now I'm looking forward to it, because that means that I'm doing something right to be able to get to this old age.
Nah, take a nigga out at 60. Once I go bald, just empty the clip. Empty the clip. Okay. Get the fuck out of here. Once I'm not sexy, it's over.
All right. I mean, you know, there's some people out there that might be that Angela Bassett.
The first time a young bitch called me Pops, it's over. She said, "Kill me now, Lord."
Yo, somebody called me Unc. I was like,
oh, you old, nigga. Yeah, you old.
Oh,
God damn, you old.
Unc. I was like, I'm about to reach the Unc age out here.
You a Unc ass nigga, bro. That's crazy. I wish one of these little niggas would K.D. Chestnut.
Call me Unc out here, but the little nigga was in his teens though. But I'm just like,
I don't give a fuck, nigga. I look just as young as you. Don't do that. Don't do that, Unc. Who the fuck? When the kids call me Pop, I'll be like, wait a minute.
You know how Shannon Sharp, Uncle Shay Shay, they call me Uncle Sazon.
That nigga 50. That nigga is 55. He's 26 years older than you. Or whatever the fuck old you are, 24, whatever. No, whatever. No.
Oh man. All right, but let's get to the. I don't even want to start off with this, to be honest with you. This is just sad. RIP to all the victim of the Nashville shooting that just recently happened. Like we said before, we didn't really want to dawn on these topics. I just wanted to give my condolences. This is something that's been on the hot take on the news. Anything you want to say on this, Slick?
Definitely just sending, this is tragic, sending light to the families affected by this. And just let's keep the vision clear. Yes, we have a mental health crisis. We also have a gun control crisis. We also have, once Sandy Hook happened and kids were allowed to be killed, to be killed, as opposed to changing gun laws, we understood that what was happening in America. So between the fight for mental health, between the fight for gun control, between the fight for just civility and safety, there's so many layers to tackle. And I think, like you said, we're not going to try to push any sort of agenda on this. But
and also, do not. Okay, this is going to sound bad, but do not make these shooters
a trans issue
famous. A trans issue, but this was conducted by a trans person. But I think one of the appeals, and this could be, you could correct me if I'm wrong. One of the appeals of some of these shooters that some people have some theories of is they make a name for themselves. They get, forever remembered. I'm just like, we should not be remembering these shooters. We should remember the act, but not the person, because it's kind of like now you creating laws, and now people are trying to do these vicious act to be remembered in history. And I'm just like, you shouldn't be doing like you went and killed kids, and like you should go. There's plenty of help. There's plenty of talks of mental health. There's plenty of options. There's plenty. You feel me? We shouldn't be making these people famous in any shape or form, even, because they're conducting horrible acts. They're ripping people away from their families. So yeah, that's my take on that, though.
I respect.
All right, man. Now to the major news. Johnathon Majors, man. Oh my God. Fucking with that cocaine. Fucking with that white girl. If you didn't know, Johnathon Majors been arrested in New York for alleged domestic violence, where they said that, he was in a taxi cab with his girlfriend, and she allegedly took his phone, and which resulted in a conversation, and, a little strangle action, a little smacking. The next day he was arrested. What's your thoughts on this, Slick?
And just in the terms of the story, I know when it broke, I was like, I hope it's not true. But I heard he had a white girl. I was like, oh shit, it's over. Regardless of what he did, it or not.
I heard the joke. Remember, there was a joke that Gerard Carmichael said, like he had enough money to smack a girl, but not open close fist a girl. So Johnathon Majors, you don't have enough money to be here.
A white woman.
It's a joke, by the way. You sensitive
woman.
Niggas.
Yeah, you can't smack no white woman. She was a sister. He'd have got away with it. But I digress. This might not go well. Sorry. What? We would have never heard about it. And we know we would never heard about it. I think that's why I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying we would have never heard about it. They would have been Twitter beefing. They would have been Blueface and Krishan. They would have got a reality show out of it. But anyways,
that's a real fact though. You spitting.
But nah, I think that, I saw that they released a text messages saying like, this wasn't supposed to go this way. It was like a precautionary, like a protocol situation that he was arrested just off the strength of like when they saw her injuries and whatnot. I think that what happened after or as the news came out with like a large part of the artistic community that he came up with kind of insinuating that he has been abusive in the past and he has like sociopathic like tendencies. I think that's where things get a little sketchy because like, as a black man, especially one that is in the public eye, like somebody I admire their work personally, I definitely was like, oh shit, like you can't even say nah, he ain't do that shit. I was like, yo, I hope it's not true. But then hearing the stories that come out and they say, yo, yeah, he been on this type of time for a minute. It's like, what the fuck?
But that's my problem. I don't like that. I don't like that when something bad happens because it's not like Johnathon Majors been a factor in the acting world for a minute now. He just started really getting some steam behind him off his recent roles. You didn't hear nothing about this prior to this, but soon as an arrest happened, now everybody comes out with. I don't like that. I don't like how they pow shit on you while you down, kick you while you down, sort of thing. Like, if he was such a horrible person before, why wasn't this mentioned?
That's true. I think somebody said they tried to, but it was like once they see it blowing up, it's like the machine is going to silence it. And not saying I believe this in any way, shape, or form either, but I think again one of my favorite sayings: two things can be true. Because it's like, if he does have these tendencies, this also could have been a moment where it is not that way. But then also, you think about abuse culture, too. There's how many times have people been abused and they come out and said, oh, no, it wasn't like that, So it's a lot of layers to it. I know that it's going to hang a cloud. He has some more movies coming out this year. It's going to hang a cloud over his work.
You in Marvel. Nigga, you better tighten the fuck up, Johnathon. I can't call you John. I'm going to call you Johnathon because you a nigga. You better tighten up, nigga. You in Marvel. Niggas don't play that shit out here. This ain't DC where they had that nigga Ezra Miller kidnapping folks, whipping niggas' ass, slapping cameras out in Hawaii and shit. This is not that nigga over there. This is Marvel, nigga. Tighten up.
But you know how the system is going to go. There's some people that heard that he did this, never fact checked, and even if he didn't, and if the allegations are false, he's going to be always associated with abuse. You know.
But you know what? This nigga walks around with his own teacup, so I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm not even making excuses.
I've been doing the research on this nigga. This nigga walks around with his own portable teacup. I ain't gonna hold you. Look, nigga, a little weird. Put that out there.
No, 100%. 100%. But at the same point, like I said, it's just one of those situations where it's like it could sully his name. He already lost his army ad. His army, I was the first person I've ever seen with like a real army, like national media campaign.
Hey, what the fuck was he gonna do for the? Oh, I mean, guess he's in shape.
And he also,
but this is the same people that have people dying at the fort.
Oh, Vanessa Guillen.
And don't have no type of explanation for that though, right? Okay,
understood. I'm not saying it's scandal everywhere. I'm just saying like it's going to be exacerbated because of who he is. And at the same point, it's like, fuck. I'm like, if you didn't do it, bro, we hope we rooting for you. But if you caught up in some shit, my boy, like, they're going to make it tough for you. So, that's probably the best way to
I don't know, man. I feel like Jonathan, bro, we was hype. You just gave a nice little speech about masculinity, about how masculinity is kind. And we loving the bromance between you and Michael B. Jordan. But, bro, tighten up, youngin. Tighten up.
He's older than you.
Tighten up, youngin. and also stop pouting in these goddamn. That's a lot of things. This is off the topic, my nigga. Stop pouting in these motherfucking pictures. Not saying that it's gay or whatnot, but my nigga, you kind of be looking a little. I can't even say the R word no more, but
retarded.
You can't say that.
I was asking what the word was. I didn't say it. I just asked. Sorry, my bad.
Nigga, I be seeing a bunch in him in the Creed movie. My nigga got always that look at.
Well, I mean,
nigga, stop doing that.
He was institutionalized in the movie, so
niggas do that. I know niggas who been in jail. Niggas don't come out pouting their lips unless niggas was.
Like it was pouting something else.
Yeah, there was two in the boot.
Oh shit. Well, on that note, next topic, please.
All right, man. Taxstone, man. Now this one hit near there because
I don't know shit about. I don't know shit about this. It's you. I'm out.
Because Slick, as we both podcast connoisseur, but you can agree that I'm more into podcast than you are, right?
By a mile.
So I've been a big fan of Combat Jack. That's how far my history of podcasts go. To read, one of the first listeners of the Brilliant Idiots. I fuck with the Loudspeaker Network. Shout out to Chris Monroe. I see you, baby. If you want to fuck with us, this might not go at gmail.com. And if you didn't know, if you was an early fan of podcasts, Taxstone he was on Brilliant Idiots, and then they end up giving him a show where he was giving raw, uncut stuff. Like he was one of the original OGs of the podcast sphere. And as you know, 2016, there was a fated night when he went to Urban Plaza and Troy Ave and his bodyguard, God rest his soul, got into a conflict where, the bodyguard passed away. But now he's been convicted and he's been found guilty on manslaughter, not actual murder, but manslaughter. And if you didn't know about Taxstone's past aggress, he was a felon before that. So this is kind of like his third strike. But, his sentence is on April 19th. What I want to talk about, Slick, and you probably didn't even hear this yet. Now, Troy Ave been on the media lately about this. Troy Ave, a rapper from Brooklyn, after it been found that he's been guilty, right, Slick? Mm-hmm. He released a video of Hi Hater, I Won, and he recorded the video on the court steps.
What the fuck?
This is the new age that we're in, bro. Isn't that the most corniest shit ever? You're supposed to be this quote unquote drug/gangster rapper. You took the stance. I'm not gonna really think too much of that. And we're not, because I ain't no street nigga. So we're not gonna go into that politics of whether you should take the stand or not. But releasing a song on the court steps after the convicted, after the guy had been found guilty, super corny.
Oh yeah,
super duper corny.
That's that corny. I think it's definitely one of those situations where it's just like, hey man, Like, I guess, the shenanigans do get clicks and shit like that, but it's like, thinking about what you represent, where you could, like, what your steezy is, that's not how it's supposed to go. You feel me? You're not supposed to celebrate that.
Facts. You feel me? So, but just once again, RIP to his bodyguard, though, because somebody did lose his life, and I just wanted to touch up on that. Now, on to sports. Lamar Jackson has said that he requested a trade from the Baltimore Ravens since March 2nd. And now it's coming out that no team is reportedly interested in him. What's your thoughts on this whole saga?
It has nothing to do with Lamar Jackson. It has everything to do with control. Now, Lamar Jackson is aiming for only, the third fully guaranteed quarterback deal. Essentially, he wants the first 4 or 5
250?
years. 250, so the first, 5 years of his contract to be guaranteed. Right? And there's been negotiations of numbers. We've seen quarterbacks get that too close to that 250 number without, maybe 180 million guaranteed or not. It's the most important position on the football field. He's a 26-year-old former MVP. Never won a playoff game, I don't believe, but
he won one.
He won one.
That the MVP season, he won one.
He won one. So he won one playoff game, and he's never had a elite offensive weapons. It's always been run this, check option, etc. Right? But I think the real problem is that
wait. Side note: the 2 times that he got hurt significantly were all during pass plays. It wasn't with him running.
Absolutely.
And one of those times that he got injured was against the best Russian defense at that year. We'll put that in context.
Absolutely. So I think that now, and going back to my point of control, NFL teams don't want to make a new standard where quarterbacks and elite players are getting fully guaranteed deals. I think that's one of the benefits of being an NFL team owner. No matter how good your player is, you're gonna give them some guaranteed money. But those contracts are not guaranteed. You could be the MVP one year and fall off a year or two later, and they can cut you. Right? They don't want to cut people and be on the hook for $100 million. They don't want NBA problems or baseball problems where a player gets too old or a player gets injured and, you paid them to be a top 10 player and now they're barely a top 110 player. They don't want those problems. They want to be like, hey, you know what? I'll pay you your money up front. We're going to win us some football games, get us to the playoffs. Every year, NFL, one thing about it, is anybody can have, based on your start, can have a great year and get to a championship. If you really think about it, at least get to a conference divisional series and then we see what we really got. You feel me? So now it's like, if you give Lamar this money after not giving it to a boy up in Buffalo, not giving it up to Mahomes, now, guys that haven't forced the issue, they've gotten big numbers, but you also know the guarantees are, whatever they may be. It's like, shit, we give him this after giving Deshaun Watson, who didn't even play, his. It's like, what do we do for Joe Burrow? Because the conversation with quarterbacks is always what? You want to get yours quick because once somebody else sets the market resets.
But that's the thing though, Slick, that gets me upset. They had 2 years to sign him for cheaper. They had time to get him $42 million. It's like the Dak Prescott situation in Dallas. Jerry Jones had to overcompensate for Dak because he didn't sign him 2 years before his contract was up. So now it's like, whose fault is it? Is it your fault for not signing him? Because look what they did with Patrick Mahomes. They signed him to that lengthy deal. It might have looked good on the paper at that time, but we realizing he ain't really getting that much out that deal. It doesn't equate to what Patrick Mahomes actually do on the field. He should be getting he should be technically the number one quarterback or the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Absolutely.
But it's like, is it Lamar Jackson's fault that y'all didn't sign him at that price range? But now that the money is up, but the thing about it, what gets me upset, Slick, is y'all trying to control the prices, but revenue is going up every year. It's not like the NFL is losing money. They're making more money. They're getting more ads. The TV rating is going up even more. So it's not like they're lacking bread. This is not like the XFL or anything else. Y'all making more money and y'all trying to control the market to have more money to yourselves. Why y'all just, and the thing about it is what gets me upset with NFL teams is, when they done with you, they done with you. They don't care. They don't care. Like look at Zeke Elliott. Even though Zeke Elliott was trashed the last 2 or 3 years, cut him right off. Nigga's 28 years old. You better hope he's right with his bread. How many times you have heard former athletes bankrupt afterwards.
Yeah, after that major contract. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
So niggas don't really care about you. So of course, players are looking to get theirs because at any moment you can cut me and you're gonna be good. And he don't come from a background where it's automatically good for him and his. So I don't blame him for that.
Yeah, but they trying to pigeonhole him right now. He going to sign the franchise tag or come down on his offer. It's one of those things that's going to be nasty. And you're going to see, the question will be, if they don't give him his money, how much if Joe Burrow signs before him, what does Joe Burrow sign for? What does...
You gonna tell me Joe Burrow deserved less money than Deshaun Watson? The nigga went to the Super Bowl and he was almost to the Super Bowl again.
I was about to say,
you gonna tell me he deserved less than Deshaun Watson?
What does Jalen Hurts get?
What does Josh Allen get? Yeah. And these are the top 5.
I'm about to say, Daniel Jones just got what, 180, 160?
That was bad. I ain't gonna lie, Giants, I did bad.
But it's essentially, it's essentially a 2-year deal. But the going rate for quarterbacks that are decent, we're talking about a quarterback here. He's our New York quarterback who we know he's won a playoff game, but he's never thrown over 20 touchdowns and under 10 interceptions or whatever until this year, right? I don't even think he threw 20 touchdowns, to be honest with you. He got $40 million a year. You got Lamar on the franchise tag for what, 33?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's not crazy to you? Kyler Murray, not to throw another quarterback on the bus, he got what, 230 with 160 guaranteed?
And they had to put in the contract this nigga got to read.
They stopped playing.
I never heard that before. nigga got to read. Like niggas forcing you to.
They took it out after the flag he caught, but it's also like, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing? So it's like Lamar Jackson is easily a $45 to $48 million, $50 million quarterback. You're going to pay it. He wants it consistent. What's the number? If y'all don't want him if y'all want it short term, all right, 3 years, 150. 3 years, 150, fully guaranteed. Go for it. If that's how y'all want to do it. Go ahead.
But what that pissed me off is more so the narrative. It was, he don't have an agent. He had. And then there was a report that someone else was doing a deal without him. That was not part of the I guess the collective agency, whatever the overseeing agency. Like he wasn't registered with the NFL as an agent. He was doing there was a whole bunch of narrative discrediting Lamar Jackson when the real truth is y'all just trying to control the market.
That's a fact.
That's what y'all really trying to do. Yeah, it's not like Lamar Jackson don't deserve it. He is 26. And then before he got injured this season, he was doing great. He was winning games. Y'all was almost winning the division. It wasn't. And of course, he wasn't going to come back and risk a lot of injuries. So y'all can even put more attachment to not give him his bread.
That's a Fendi. And you think about it, he hasn't had all caliber, pro caliber weapons. Like he hasn't been put in a situation to go further. And you say, yo, I'm getting out here. Every year we're in it. And you think about the games they lost this year. They lost like 3 or 4 games that was really on the defense. So the defense wasn't efficient. And then the offense, without Lamar, what do you do? So I hope that man gets his money. And I hope the NFL.
Bro, look at the Atlanta Falcons. Niggas have a fucking quarterback that nobody even knows, but you don't want Lamar Jackson, the second coming of Michael Vick. He to be honest with you, if he throws the ball a little bit better, he's way better than Michael Vick running.
That's a fact.
You're going to rather go with this quarterback.
Or Dylan Wilder or some shit like that. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, or Strider or some shit. Instead of Lamar Jackson, who's arguably can make your team a playoff contender team. And this is so crazy. I'm just like, yo, one of you, I know, yeah, I kind of have like the NYPD blue wall owners, when y'all down, that's what y'all did to Colin Kaepernick. Y'all all sat down and agreed. You feel me? But hey, one of you Jets, forget Aaron Rodgers. Slide them niggas slide these niggas some first round pick and get Lamar Jackson. You got a young receiving core. Lamar Jackson is 26. Aaron Rodgers just come with a little too much problems. Come on, Jets. Fuck with your boy.
Shit. Bell said, let's move on.
All right, now this might get people hot because we slash the music podcast. But DJ Envy last week shout out to Breakfast Club too because they just have a partnership with BET, so you can catch the Breakfast Club on BET at 9 a.m.s. But he had Twitter going crazy. He had 50 Cent beating Lil Wayne in the verses. Now, Slick, you being from Queens, you feel me? You sticking besides that? Because DJ Envy from Queens. You gonna stick beside that?
I think it'd be close. I think it depends on the order. I think Wayne has a very large musical output, but I think 50 off them first 2 albums got at least 12 records that's gonna go. So Wayne got to get his best 12. And I think the thing about Wayne, we always appreciated the lyricism. It's a dearth of music, so much music that he has available. But it's like, what's your 20? You feel me? Are we including mixtapes? Is it only albums? Right? You think about Wayne's, the Carter's great music. Carter 2, Carter 1, Carter 3. We got Carter 3 got like 7 tracks on his own. You think about it, right? What are we going with? We got the mixtape eras. They both artists have jumped on other niggas' songs and made it their own. You feel me?
Fact.
The more I think about it, it comes down to order and preference. Off the top of my head, do I got 20, 50 Cent songs that I'm gonna fuck with? Probably. Absolutely. You counting G-Unit, counting shit he did with Game, counting features. Then I was like, I'm thinking as I was saying the Carters, I was like, ooh, Wayne got some shit. I feel like pulling up.
He does.
I'm about to pull up.
Does, but it's like the Jada Kiss. It's like the Locks and the Dipset. To me, it comes into it, like you said, it comes to order because like what there's certain tracks that Lil Wayne not gonna fuck with in the club automatically.
What up, gangster?
What up, gangster?
Many men.
I don't know. I love Wingster. But I can see Wingster getting beat though.
Patiently waiting. PIMP.
Ayo
Technology. I Get Money. Candy Shop.
Best Friend. 21 Questions.
21 Questions. Stunt 101. Shit. You got Amusement Park.
PIMP.
Yeah, Fifth got some joints. We gonna give Wayne too. You got I Can't, How the Time, like, bro, Poor Little Rich, Don't Push Me. Fifth, man. Fifth. But then let's go to Wayne. We got fucking. I gotta pull up the full artist page. Hold on. Let me be respectful. We pulling up.
I mean, Down on Me is Down on Me was a top.
Yeah, I'm about to say Down on Me was a top song for Fifth. But then you got Wayne just going off of his Essential Johns. A Millie. We got Got Money, Mr. Carter, 6 foot, 7 foot. Shit, Lollipop, Go DJ, Fireman, John Hustle.
My
Music,
personal favorite, Back That Ass Up.
Miss Officer. Shit. This is a good one. Comfortable. We got
Fireman.
We using the Young Money record, so we got to throw in what's it called? Bedrock and Every Girl. No Worries.
What's the song with 2 Chainz and
Rich as Fuck?
Duffel Bag Boy?
Oh, Duffel. That's a chorus. I mean, we gonna throw songs with choruses up there. We throwing features.
But you know, if he plays that, I don't care. That bro, niggas go crazy for that though.
Nah, I said it's tough. It's tough. No, and I think that's why I said it depends on order. The Southside nigga in me is always going to root for 50, but at the same point, I'm like, ooh, Wayne has some moment. And again, we're not talking mixtape. There was not a mixtape record mentioned just now, or Wayne's unreleased music.
Oh shit! Wait, he could do slow. If he does features on Slow Down, I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm saying
he could get his Drake bag as well.
Wayne has a much wider music catalog because his run has been longer. Even the shit he just did with DMX is fucking crazy. So you say shit.
And he smoked that. He smoked that NLE Chopper.
He did smoke that. He did smoke that. I heard that shit. You know, I don't be looking for new music like that no more. That shit was fucking fire. So I was like, in my heart, my heart is saying 50. My head is saying Wayne. I'm just like, shit. I gotta see it. I want them to do it.
I'm from New York. I'm going fifth.
But I'm
going fifth.
It's all about order.
Who robbed? Like how to rob. We from New York, you heard?
I'm thinking about global impact though. It depends on the audience. It gotta be done in a neutral space like LA. If they was to do the verses, it can't be Louisiana, it can't be New York.
Magic Stick, you heard?
Magic Stick, definitely. I Want to Get to Know You. He wrote all them shits. Fucking
I Smell Pussy. Is that you, John?
So Seductive, feature him and Yayo. Yeah, nah. This would be.
Oh, I beat the pussy up. Oh, I mean that's a Cali bias though. If he plays that, though, if we do it in Cali,
I'm saying, but at least LA.
Then you know for Pop Smoke, the Woo, he was part of that.
That's why if it's 20, 20.
Oh, he was on Encore with Eminem as well. So that could get him some brownie points as well.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that with Eminem. I saw your face. Don't we had it. Don't do that.
Fuck him. He's a legend, but fuck him. I don't care. All right. So, I need to see it. Somebody cut the check. Let's go. It's not going to be Versus. Versus isn't a thing anymore. They fell off. Bro, can we talk about that?
Appreciation.
Let's talk about the death of Versus. Like, that shit, it was all good, so niggas tried to make it a cash grab. They didn't even get their money.
Niggas sold it and sold the whole. What was the best when it was songwriters. When I didn't know certain songs written, like when Neo versus Jonte Austin.
Yeah, The Dream and Sean Garrett. And we was
that one. They could keep that one.
Nah,
that nigga was drunk.
But that shit was entertainment. And when The Dream realized Sean Garrett set him up and he just started playing like 7 songs back to back, he's like, "What we talking about? Let's go." Like, nah, bro, he already ethered you. But it was like,
that's a fact. Even the Manny Fresh and the Scott Storch one was like, I didn't know they had that much. He produced that. So you know what they're gonna do? Because Guru, who a legendary engineer for Jay-Z and the whole Rockefeller, he was basically he putting his hat down like, yo, who want to fuck with me? I hear a lot of you engineer niggas talking shit. And I think that what might bring back Versus when you bring out engineers, because like a lot of these new niggas don't know who Guru is, and Guru got a lot of credit for a lot of Jay-Z albums, a lot of Rockefeller albums. You're going to be surprised if when you pick one of these young engineers and they get their ass handed to them because they didn't know who Guru was.
That's true. That's true. I mean, but I think the trend of it is over. It has to be revamped and rebranded. I think that if we go back to you and your location, me and mine, and we turn up and have fun and play our music, that's cool. Once they tried to make it some spectacle, that's where shit started. It started happening on Thursdays at like 10 o'clock at night. Like, nobody's here. But we was all broke in the house, couldn't go outside because they had the monster in the air, and all we had was our phones. Niggas was hooking up their phones to the TVs. We was wilding out, having a good time. We was on fucking Zoom and shit, talking shit. What a time to be alive, even though we thought we wasn't going to make it past that next day.
That's a fact. It's now 3 years deep now. Bronny James, man, he had his, the McDonald's All-Star game happen, and even though he didn't win the slam dunk contest, you could have fooled me how niggas was on him. To me, he looked like he won because nobody talked about the actual winner.
I don't even know who won this shit. Who won? Isaiah Collier?
Somebody. Let me get that. But what you thought about Bronny James' performance overall? And he also, and Ali Dill. He reported he might make 7 million. Oh, that's just NIL.
That's his fucking allowance from his father. But anyway, I think if you've been following like youth basketball and not just going with the narratives of this so and so son, like these NBA boys' sons can ball, and Bronny has always looked like he understood how to play basketball. Has he ever been the dominant score 40 player in high school? No, but then we've seen those kids that score 40 go to the next level and not have a role because they don't have the ball in their hands. Mm-hmm. Bronny is athletic. He's been complimented as being
Sean Stewart won.
Oh, I don't know him, but he's been complimented and compared to being the best defender in his class, which is a compliment. He's worked on his jump shot to the point where he's a spot up threat from anywhere on the court. Right, athletically, he has some of the best training outside of high school and in high school, right? He could jump, as we saw by the dunk contest. Like, again, not otherworldly.
That came out of nowhere. That bounce. He I knew he had hops, but to dunk over his 6'5" brother like that.
Yeah, but you think about, like, the whole play is that he has been put together as a solid basketball player without having to, like, I think one of the benefits we don't talk about from basketball nepotism is that you get to grow up in an environment where you're not forced to stand out. What if Bronny could have been, and I don't want to violate D Wade's son, but Zaire Wade, when he was on the big stage, averaged 2 points, right? Not a bad thing at all. But you could say we still know who Zaire Wade and saw him play basketball, right? We understood. He still got an opportunity to show what he had to do in the G League with the Utah Jazz. But despite averaging that, Bronny James has shown more to this point since he was an eighth grader. He's shown a lot. So now it's like you have a clear-cut skill set. You have a body. You have the training. He has his pick. I know LeVar Ball said the other day, we could go to Australia if you don't want to go to class and play ball. But he has the luxury of knowing, thanks to his name, thanks to what he's produced, he's going to get a shot at the next level. He can go to college and chill. go to a couple classes. He can be a regular person, go to USC, go to Ohio State, go to UCLA, go to any of these schools. Get that NIL though. He can be in college for 3 years if he wants to and make the same thing that he would make as a late first round pick rookie. You feel me? He's good.
One thing I respect is a lot of people are kind of like you said, in nepotism, but at the end of the day, you can't neglect hard work and talent. Like, you have to put in that work. This is not one of those things where, it's like, a rich person has a business and they could have a team behind them making it happen. At the end of the day, Bronny has to go on that court and produce. So whatever advantages do you think he has, whatever position you might think, whatever, advantages, he still got to go on that court and perform. And I have to give him credit for that. Being a kid that young with that much pressure, to me, to be honest with you, he possibly have more pressure than his actual dad, because his dad is still continue to dominate the basketball game. So his dad continued to build on his legacy. It's not like his dad legacy capped off at this rate. No, LeBron still has time to add on to his legacy. So it's even creating more pressure on Bronny. So for him even you could say he has talent and whatnot, that doesn't deny the kid that he works hard and he's putting his best foot forward and he's doing what he got to do. So I got to salute him all for that.
That's right. But I'd also argue too, he's never going to be his dad. There was never a question. There was never a question about Bronny being the chosen one. So you could say it's as much pressure. The pressure to see if he could play. And every time we've been able to see him for the most part, we know he can play. Is he a superstar? No. But the boy could play. And regardless of, I think the LeBron James son does move him up from late first round pick or early second round pick, late first round pick to lottery pick. But if we see in the next year or two, the boy average what's typical first round pick numbers? 15 points, 6 assists, 2 steals, shoot a good 3-point percentage, show the athleticism, he'll get a look.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not mad at it at all.
That's a fact. The cap off of the sports news. Kyrie, man, in the math struggle, man, there's been a lot of talks. This is your man that you had the floor for this one.
I think that Dallas, it was never sustainable because they are built all around offense. Kyrie's never been a lockdown defender. Luka's never been a plus defender. They don't have rim protection. They don't have any wing defenders. Them two, we've had games where both of them have dropped 40, right? But the other team is also having 3 guys drop 100 or 80 points or whatever might have you, right? It's a tough sell. You can't win in the NBA if you can't get stops. Some of the greatest offensive players in the NBA that have been teamed up, what's been their failure? They can't guard. The team can't stop anybody. And then now you got to factor in the fact that, hey, Kyrie's a free agent. So if he leaves, you lost 3 players plus a future first round pick. You can retool the team. I think where they messed up at, once they traded for Kyrie, they should have seen if there was a trade for Christian Wood that could net them a wing back, right? Get them somebody that could guard on the perimeter. Get them somebody that can guard down low. They got a bunch of guys that do one thing well, but I think that it's just a culture shock when you're trying to mesh 2 ball-dominant guys like that, and you don't have the surrounding pieces around them. And they're putting up high scoring numbers, but it's just like you can't stop anybody. And it sucks because as a Knicks fan, we got the
Nets low-key won the trade. The Nets low-key won the trade. I ain't gonna hold you from the trade to the Sun and to the Mavs.
I think the Nets would rather have Kyrie because then they would still have KD. And I think that they've fallen down the standings. And I see that the only reason the Nets are relevant is because of the Phoenix trade. Phoenix gifted them. They blessed them. Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges can play. Dinwiddie is definitely solid. Dorian Finney-Smith is still a great defender, but he hasn't scored worth a damn since he got to Brooklyn. You feel me? He's a guy that has to play. He's not meant to play on a team where he has to create anything, or there's not elite creation where he's getting spot up threes. You feel me? So I think it's a wash for both teams. The Nets are going to be in purgatory. They can't really suck because they don't own their draft picks for the next 7 years. So they can't suck, but it's also like, shit, we're not going to be that great. Barring, a Damian Lillard trade or some shit like that. And even then, that just puts them back in the same situation.
And then also, you got Ben Simmons saying, I don't know what's going on with Ben Simmons. That nigga.
He quit.
He lost Maya Gemma, and that nigga went downhill from there. You see what happened?
He quit. He gave up. You could tell. Like, that is dejection and resignation. He is saying, you know what? I got my bread. Whatever I'm going through, I can't overcome it. He doesn't look like he enjoys playing basketball anymore. He doesn't look like, for all the chance he told about getting a chance to run his own team and be a star. I get it. You know, you got a back injury, but let's not forget, this all started with what? You not wanting to shoot the ball. And now it's so ingrained in your mind that you looks like you forgot how to play offense. You could play, you bring the ball up, you run the action, and then you just stand there. So teams is playing 4-on-5. Your team is playing 4-on-5 in half court offense. And then the athleticism from whatever happened to his back after the fact, which I'm assuming is coming from not working out and then trying to get ramp up. Like, yo, you fucked yourself. That's what happens when you don't have an unk that's going to tell you get your ass in the gym. And yo, you have to play the game. A lot of niggas that can't shoot are shooting 3 or 4 or 5 threes a game, bro. Not attacking. Come on, you should have been one of the biggest mismatches in the NBA.
You supposed to be the second coming. Basically, they was kind of putting him bracket as LeBron
and archetype, but mental capacity is important.
And that's why you gotta give credit to the GOAT James. Speaking of the GOAT James, shout out to the Lakers. You heard Pat Bev. Yeah, little nigga. You talk all that shit last game and you went 0-5, little nigga. That's why my boy AR-15 say you a little nigga. He ain't say the nigga part. I'm gonna say it for him because he's white.
I hope he didn't say
a little nigga.
I hope he didn't say nigga.
Well, you know my AR-15. You know, even though niggas want to bring up that meme with Kobe and LeBron, he got LeBron's back. Fuck out of here. All right, that's good. I'll go to the song of the week now. All right, if you're listening to this on YouTube, please exit and go to one of your favorite streaming platforms, whether that is Stitcher, TuneIn, Apple, Spotify, you name it. We are on there, and you can go listen to our song of the week. Or you can go to our new Spotify playlist, which is on our website. That took a long time transferring all the motherfucking songs from the previous songs of the week there. So go show it. Go listen to our song of the week. What's your song of the week this week, brother?
First up, we're going to play this Victoria Monet featuring Lucky Day. This is Smoke.
Oh, yeah, I can't receive you, though, but it's cool. Whatever. You can listen to our previous song of the week on our new Spotify playlist. Go show some fucking love out here, though. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for the people's choice, the people's favorite, Slick. Drop it.
I can be toxic, but so what? You gonna love it here. Shit, fuck is you talking about? We have fun over here. It's very fun here.
And it's fun indeed. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Toxic Service announcement, aka the TSA. All right, no special guests this week. Slick and I holding it down per usual. And we got a couple of toxic topics that we wanted to cover. Oh, man. We didn't really have too much on the news side earlier in the podcast, you know, but this is a couple of things that I need to address. Now, go on your Twitter. I sent you this video, man. And it was just that tweet when you find out your girl is a bird. And this is Tyrese. I pray for you, brother. Play the clip.
In the DMs.
Yeah.
We linked up.
He wasn't my type at all. My
did.
type was actually Paul Walker, rest in peace. But he wasn't my type at all. And my type is not white. I'm just saying I was more interested in
touch me.
Paul and every facet here.
Just cut it off there, brother. Let's cut it off there. Do we have any sound effects we could just like any side? Just
shit.
Yeah, fella. I feel sorry for you, Tyrese. I don't know. Slick, that's your dark skinned brother.
Oh, you
gotta take that L with him.
yeah, that's fucked up. Don't ever embarrass me. Like, especially some shit that people gonna see. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, come on, shorty. That's because she looked like she was younger than him. She had no behavior. It's because she was younger than him. Let's call it that.
No decorum at all for you to sit here and not only for someone who passed away, R.I.P. to Paul Walker, but that's his homie right there. She thought she was. You know what? I'm a customs like you know what she's trying to do. She's trying to make a little connection because that's one of his best friends. She was like trying to be like, yeah, I'm trying to sell some boy.
So she want a ghost train? The fuck wrong with you? No. What? Stop trying to cap. That was bad. I know normally I'd be trying to like make sense. No. That's and
like how did she think that was gonna turn out? Like, oh yeah, I wasn't your type, but now I am. That what? The fuck does that even mean?
It mean he wore her down, but it wasn't in her heart of hearts. This wasn't where she thought she was gonna end up. She loved it here, but she wasn't supposed to be here. That's some wild shit. Oh, my pride hurt for him. Granted, he a millionaire. He got money. He got a new song out that's pretty dope. But shit, that hurt my pride. Cause I'm like, imagine your girl basically just going out saying, yeah, nah, I would have the fuck your nigga. I ain't want you, but you here now. And I know she ain't deliver it like that.
But Slick, this is what exactly what we've been talking about the last few tax topic. You know how women say, "Oh, why you guys don't?" It's because of this. We don't want to feel like we've been settled for too. Just as women don't want to feel settled, we don't want to feel settled. Lie to me, baby girl, future wife. Lie to me. Even though I know you was fucking with hood boogers, niggas who was pew guns out here. Lie to me. Make me believe that I'm the number one choice, even though I know I'm not. Don't sit here and embarrass me out here like that.
Shit.
Because I'm gonna give you the side eye. Because now I gotta cheat.
Your pride get hurt. Now you gotta cheat. That's how you feel.
I gotta get my lick back. That's what the young kids be saying now. I gotta get my lick back somewhere somehow.
Because she wanted some ghost dick. That might be a little. I'm just gonna not give a fuck. I'm like, all right, word, bitch. I'm hopeless again. Hold that. I don't give a fuck now. What?
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe not an official cheat. Maybe a happy maybe you sent me this. Maybe go to a massage parlor, get a happy ending real quick.
Time out. Wait.
It's a semi cheat.
You gotta be careful how you say shit like that. Wait a minute. Preference. No, you're not gonna throw it out here like I just said. No, that's not what the fuck we're doing.
It's the TSA is a toxic service announcement.
No, that's still that is not proper. What I said, that's fucked up. What I sent him, there was a video, and this guy he heard his wife on the phone. She came back from a girls trip, and while she was talking to homegirl, she's like, "Oh, I ain't telling what I did." He's like, "Yo, so what the fuck you do?" She tried to, why you listen to my phone call shit? He's like, "Nah, bitch, what the fuck you do?" And she basically said, "Yo, I went and got a massage and got butt ass nigga and got a happy ending." There was never speculation if it was a woman or a man, but it was just a question like, yo, what the fuck? Is this cheating? I guess that's a good question. Is that cheating if your partner goes on a trip and gets a massage and gets a happy ending?
Yeah. What? Then the person had to do something to your girl. Either. So how? Wait. So what's the happy ending?
A happy ending is
nutted. How did you nut?
Yeah, happy ending is orgasm. So you had to nut.
So how did you acquire this nut? Did this person touch you? Did this person insert something in you?
Oh, that makes sense.
You ain't nothing of a spiritual power, so it's cheating at the end of the day. Now, yes, I know there's no romantic connection with this person because obviously this person is getting paid.
Or what if it was a Michael B. Jordan-esque masseuse?
But we already know what these girls go in Jamaica and be getting fucked by those boat boys and shit. So
I'm just asking. I'm just throwing it out there. Normally I get thrown these questions. So since you want to bring shit up, I was like, fucking nigga, how you feel?
Yes, it's cheating. I don't give a fuck. You got a happy ending. You nutted. And
I think the fucked up part was she wasn't going to tell him about it. She was like, well, I ain't telling about that part yet, girl. But you can feel comfortable talking about it with your girl in my house. The fuck wrong with you? That was my part. I was like, people do fuck shit all the time. But the fact that you feel comfortable talking about your fuck shit in the house that we live in together, like, no.
but you why I got upset at is she was like, why are you listening to my conversation? Not even, I'm sorry that I got my nut. But you listening to my conversation, trying to switch it. Like, bitch, you don't know. You just said you cheated. The hell you mean? You upset that I listened to your conversation?
Like, if you talking about some real salacious shit, something that's gonna get me upset. It don't matter how the fuck I heard it. And you're confident enough to talk about this shit in my crib. Like vice versa. Like if I was talking to my boys about some wild shit we did at the club, and I'm like, oh yeah, that bitch was wilding on that dance. What dance? Why you listening to my conversation? Oh, now I'm sassy and a bitch and a cheater, right? No.
All of the above.
Yeah, I'm all of the above if it's your feelings. But now I'm in my bag and I'm like I said, you was over here loud and the bitch, girl, I ain't telling about that. Fuck you ain't telling me about. No.
Come on now. All right. Now going off of that, Slick, I think women need to understand that we're not mind readers. And I think this TikTok puts it in a different perspective if you want to play it.
All right.
Men cannot read between the lines. You need to realize that. Okay. You need to realize that. Like, they're not built, not saying all, but most, right? Most men are not made to read between the lines. They're not gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, we've had this discussion where for Valentine's Day, he blatantly asks me, what do you want to do? And I tell him, no, babe, I just want to stay home and, you know, watch a movie with you. Nothing crazy. Let's not spend money, yada, yada, yada. I don't want nothing. He goes, you don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. What happened? He came home with nothing.
He said, say less. I got you.
Nothing.
I'm going to get you nothing.
And he picks me up from work. I'm thinking, oh, yeah, he's at least going to have flowers for me in the car. Mind you, I don't give a shit about flowers, but it's just like the gesture, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm coming down the stairs. I'm like, I know he's going to. No, first I thought he was going to send me flowers to my job.
Okay.
So I'm waiting. All these other girls are getting flowers. I get nothing.
Yo, that's the most disappointing part.
No, I think it's all right because when I get downstairs, when he picks me up, he's inspired me with flowers. I get downstairs, nothing. I'm like, my blood is starting to boil now. So then
now you're like, no, they're at home.
Yeah. That was my next step. I said, no, they're at home. They're at home. I know that
he got it set up. He got it.
I get home, nothing.
Again,
nothing. So now at this point, I'm like, there's nothing's gonna happen. Then I see that he goes to sleep. It's like, I'm like, yo, are we really not gonna do nothing? And he's looking at me like, you said you didn't want to do anything. I'm like, yo, men are really just that dumb. He's like, and women are dumb because why is it that you can't just open your mouth and tell me exactly what you want to do?
Right.
And I'm like, he's like,
perfect ending. Slick, I do not see nothing wrong with what this young man has done.
Nah, he's playing a little stupid. You gotta get something. You gotta get something.
No, Slick, we're not doing this. We're not doing this no more.
You gotta do something.
If I ask you twice the same thing and you tell me the same answer twice, oh, that's a go then.
Nah,
come on, Slick.
Your pussy management game is not elite. If that's how you move it.
No, but we gotta take girls' words for
even
what
side chicks get chocolate. It's like you're wild.
It's cap.
It is cap. Women are all cap.
Okay, as long as you said that, I'm good.
Well, I say, women be capping like a motherfucker. Everything is okay till it's not okay. Everything sounds good till it actually go down the way you made it seem. So that's why I'm saying it. Like saying, I mean,
but my whole thing, if you wanted something, just say you wanted something.
You better buy me flowers. How she said, better buy me flowers, and you better take me out to dinner. That's her little.
Yes!
I just be like, fuck it. If I feel like it, I'm gonna do it. If I don't, I'm not. But if you say you want something, I'm more likely gonna do it. I think that's the big part of it. Like,
but that's it right there. If you say you want something, you say that you want this, I'm going to do it. But you have to understand us. What women don't understand with other guys. If we ask you the same stuff twice, that's just a confirmation in our head. Like, oh shit, okay.
Keep chilling. Like we get something later.
Because if we do the same thing, you ask us twice, you know that exactly what we mean. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, you want some head? No. You sure you don't want no head? No. I really want some head. No, man, you offer me some head. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna get some.
I'm not
head.
even answering, nigga. I'm pulling my pants down. Like, all right, word. What type of time you doing? What's up? But no, you're right. I'm just saying, women do be capping. It must sound good, or you don't want to be a nag, or but you got to say what you want. Because I think that one thing that gets misconstrued is how you can't expect somebody to treat you the way you would treat them. I think that's something that really falls in the cracks. Like, literally, men and women desire different things, or you show your affection in different ways. Like, a man don't really want a physical item. We want to be respected and, taken seriously and be like, yo, left alone when the time comes and fucked right. That's it. In fact, like, it's really simple. With women, a lot of times, not saying all the time, like I said, we're not generalizing, but for my capping women.
Oh, fuck it. It's a toxic set. We generalizing over here. Fuck it.
But it comes down to you want those tokens of appreciation. Like, no matter how much a man can tell, because women are so conditioned, a lot of women are so conditioned to think a man any man can tell you what you want to hear. But what are they showing you? At least with the token, you got something to show for your time. You feel me? The flowers, the candy, the dinner, the date, like the excursion, the trip, whatever. All of those shits that we've talked about for 110 episodes or 100 or at least 90 episodes. I don't remember we started Toxic Topics. A lot of that shit is just a token to show that, oh, I got something out of this. As opposed to being like, yeah, this nigga love me.
But that is so crazy to me because it's like, I think it goes down to reinsurance. I think women need to be reinsured in relationships all the time.
But it's not
guys. It's not all the time. I think, you know what? I'm going to take that back. Pardon me. I'm going to take that back. Both parties need to be reinsured. I just think the reinsurance come in two different
forms. For us guys, for example, we can speak on this. I think as long as you there, as long as you continue to do what you're doing to support this relationship,
We don't need you to actually say anything or actually really perform a huge gesture. It's nice. It might be appreciated, but that doesn't reassure us. As long as you're there and we have in our mind that you're not doing nothing, you're not being, we're not your second choice like that Tyrese girlfriend, but
you don't want to be, like you just don't want to be embarrassed.
Like you're just being regular. You doing, like basically you're there, you're around.
You're holding it down and you're not embarrassing me. That's really what it is as a man. You respect me.
That's insurance. It don't need to be said. It don't need no grandiose thing. But I think for women, not only has to be said, but it has to be said without them asking for it.
There has to be something. It has to be something that has to be shown. You have to have something tangible to show for it. It's not
without them asking for it.
It's not enough to be just like, oh yeah, he's a good man, Savannah. It's like, yo, I got something to show. And even like I said, we talked about with the niggas that's tricking and niggas is like, all right, there's something there. They can have something tangible to say, this is what I got out of this connection, relationship, whatever. But
wouldn't it be this easier, slick, if you just said, hey, baby, like the thing about it, if we could find a common ground. Now, women, I know you don't want to say exactly what you want because it makes it feel less special. But what if she should have just said, baby, it's Valentine's Day, we should do something, or mentioning Valentine's Day and mentioning you just want to do something. Now, granted, now you leave the ballpark to us to show you how much we care for you by doing something.
That's fair.
You don't have to necessarily say, I want flowers, I want to be taken out, I want to do that. As long as you say, it's Valentine's Day, baby, you do some shit like that, then you can leave the ball in that court and it can satisfy your need by having your reinsurance. But you telling the guy, when the guy asks you, and you say nothing, I don't want to do nothing, I'm good, babe, how is we supposed to read between the line with that?
That's true. You're right. But I think he overplayed his hand though, because it's like, yo,
I think he was trying to prove something.
Yeah,
he was trying to prove something.
Proving points on major holidays is never the way. Pick some little shit like your anniversary or something like that.
I agree with you. Fellas, now we can get on the fellas a little quick. Fellas, major holidays, that's not when you choose to put your foot down to show her that she's stupid. You pick any regular day for that. Major holidays, birthday, anniversaries.
It depends. It's like, what happened around this anniversary? Let me see. You get cold.
Come on now, you playing with fire now.
You get cold. Fuck that.
See, that's when the girl gonna do her little spa day and get a happy ending. You fuck around.
She tell me about it. Shit, I'm like, shit. Can I get one too? That's what I want to know.
Come on now, Miss Lingling. You know what? Let's get to the next topic. All right, let's get a little fun now. Slick, I saw this TikTok of this person saying like, yo, what was the move that your girl did in the bed, or previous girl, we don't have to say about your personal one right now, that made you think, oh shit, she might be a little too experienced, or she might have been a hoe back in the day. She ever like it fell out and she put it back in without her hands, or you feel me?
What kind of?
Or she kind of went down. Wait, what you mean? You never had a girl just put it back in without guiding it in?
I don't even know what the fuck sorcery you're talking about.
Like, okay, what if she riding you, right? And something, it slipped out for a second. Instead of using the hands to put it back in, she kind of just used her body just to shift it in.
Not that I can recall. Obviously, I'm not living life right, but okay. Let's continue this conversation.
That was an example.
Obviously, some hoes I've never quite encountered, but okay.
Shout out to you hoes out there. I mean, you know what? Like we said before, we love hoes. You feel me? I love me a reform hoe. I love me you know what I love more? An honest hoe. That's my only problem with hoes. Some of you hoes are not honest. And that's the problem why y'all not getting cuffed up out here. Let me know you was actually hoeing out here and let me have that choice. You robbed me of my choice when you tell me you was a good girl, you wasn't fucking these niggas, outside. And then I found out you was fucking these niggas.
Yeah, like, that's fucked up. Yeah, that is true. If you reformed hoes are the best. It's just gotta be.
And then now I'm dabbing up niggas and niggas is telling me I got a good one on my hand. I'm embarrassed out here.
I'm a pacifist, but I think if a nigga ever said that to my face, I gotta punch. I have to fight you. Like, I have to, because I'm like, that's disrespectful, and I think you know what you're doing. Like, that's why I don't put myself in certain situations. If a nigga ever tell me that, boy.
Yeah, this nigga hugging her. I'm like, oh wait, hold on. This more than just a little friendship. Yeah, and then now, the next minute you tell me, yeah, we had a little fun, but then you calling that nigga your bro.
Yeah, now you gotta die.
I don't know about no incest Alabama shit, but we don't fuck siblings over here. So what you doing out here, bitch?
They gotta die at that point.
All right, now in your previous interaction with women, has there been a special move that she did that maybe like, oh wait, we fuck with an advanced one over here?
A move that honestly, nah. I think sexual just being
she never deep throat and then lick the balls at the same time.
Oh shit! Wait a minute, hold on. Wow. Wait a minute, I can't say too much. Wait a minute, hold on. I guess yeah, shit that catch you off. I think I won't say it's like no special move. I guess shit that just catch you off guard. I think it's the familiarity. Definitely like the
like you thought you had like she probably had a few bodies. She had relationships, but she did some shit like oh shit, she might be a little different.
No, not just like oh shit on the first go round. Like my shit, like your forehead is on my abs. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah,
shout out to the foreheads. Oh, especially the big ones.
And I like
entire Bank, Rihanna, Navy ones. You feel me? Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Shit on that level. Shorty that they took the whole thing the first time and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know. I thought this only happened in the movies type shit. I'm trying to think.
No gag reflex. You sure you got a tonsil bit?
Yeah, the gag reflex girls would definitely catch me off guard. Like, oh shit, I love you. I'm trying to think anything else crazy.
Shorty ever just put her head behind her head, like you're like, oh shit, just off the first time, like oh.
Honestly, I think I started in the game so late. Everything was like, if it was good, it was good. But definitely like the flexible Johns and legs on show, like all the crazy flexible positions and shit. Shit. Honestly,
you know what? My move was the maybe she wasn't a hoe, but the aggressive one. Oh, I had just one girl who was just aggressive, like. Hand on the chest, just like manhandle. That was like, oh, this bitch different. Oh, I'm over here like, oh, nah, she a pro at this.
I was like, nah, shorty, I'm sensitive. Relax, calm down.
I'm over here like, oh my god, I'm not doing the fucking. I'm getting fucked.
The first one that fuck you is definitely a different experience. You're like, wait a minute, when did this become a thing?
All right, but we can leave it off at that. But now. Given off the last episode when we did a choose one, I come back with a choose one. This might be something I might do for every episode from now on because it's funny now. All right. Famous game. Might make a sound for this. Might find a sound for this. Slick, you got to choose one. Would you rather see your mom on the pole or your daughter on the pole?
Would I rather see? Like
you got to see either one. You got to see either your mom or your daughter.
I read this question very raw. I thought it was like, who would I rather have like known that this visually see?
Yes.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Coming up, strawberry.
Oh, that's disgusting. Why the fuck are you like this?
Pink diamond.
This is that white shit you grew up on.
Candy.
Shit. Fuck. Go ahead, moms. That explains the sneakers I got when I was a kid. So moms got to take that.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, mama, go up there and clap your cheeks. I can't see my daughter up there.
That's disgusting. Wrap this shit up, you fucking sicko.
I can't see my daughter up there. I'm going to lose my shit.
Niggas have been flirting with
my baby.
Niggas have been flirting with my mother since I was like 7 years old. My daughter, though, now you got to die.
But the thing about it, my mom is grown. Like, I can't tell my mama to do anything. You feel me?
Stop
Mama grown.
Being a whole mom. That's all you can say. Get your ass off the pole.
My daughter over here, that's something different now. Man, I raised you better.
Like, what I go wrong?
You was telling me you taking those pole dancing classes for exercise. Not to be.
I went to every recital.
KOTD.
I went to every recital, every school concert, every hobby, and this is how you gonna do me? It's your mama fault.
Wait, you making 20 bands? Hold on. Let's think about it.
I'm about to say, you need a manager. Hold on, you doing this all wrong. Come on. We gonna make it.
Wait, you told me Rick Ross threw you some wings and 20K? Okay, hold on. Yeah, let's talk it out. I'm not gonna come to the club, but I know some niggas at Magic City. The wings is fire over there, so you're gonna be eating good during your break.
Daddy ain't never see 20,000 in 1 minute. Show me how to make it clap so I can do it too. Fuck that.
So we both choose seeing our moms on the pole.
Absolutely. Fuck it.
What mark we at?
That's like
we're good. We can end it off.
That's over.
All right, man. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Nice balance of ratchetness and righteousness. All right. Please follow us on all social media at This Might Not Go Well. If you're in the brand deals, business opportunity, please email us at thismightnotgo@gmail.com. Please leave us a 5-star rating and follow us on Spotify and leave a review because that helps with the algorithm. I'm the host with the most, Mr. Hemi Turner, Hemi Hendrix, Hemi Hoffa, Mr. Hemi like Beanie Man, BBZ, Papi Sazon.
And I'm just slick. You guys be great. We'll see y'all soon. Have a great one. We out.
Takao.
Distinct beats. Try to tell them we up next, you can't stop that. This your favorite podcast. Every show is lit, baby. You know what we finna do. Slick gon' talk that slick talk, he gon' get political. Do not switch topics, niggas is toxic. Papi Sazon always saying something wrong, but if you don't like it, what we saying, nigga, oh well. We try to tell you, baby, this might not go well. This might not go. Hey, that's it. One take. We're not even doing it again. Keep that. That's the one.